Very good morning, dear children. Dear children, we started the chapter Physical Features of India. And children, we talked about the different physical features, and now we are going to study in detail. The first physical feature which we are going to discuss is Himalayan mountains, the Himalayan mountains. Fine. Now, children, these Himalayan mountains, they are the young fold mountains, and you all know that they stretch over the northern borders of India. And children, moreover, these mountains they stretch from uh, north, west to east. They stretch from west to east. So if you will just look at this is the west and this is the east. They are stretching from west to east direction. And children, the other thing which is there is they are from the Indus River to the Brahmaputra River. So you can see the Indus River here. Here, just look at Indus River, and here you can see the Brahmaputra River. So they are stretching from the Indus River to the Brahmaputra River. Fine. The Himalayas represent the loftiest and one of the most rugged mountain barriers of the world. They are the loftiest means they are very high and they have rugged surface. They are the rugged mountain barriers of the world. They form an arc. So children, you can just see whether they are forming an arc or not. Yes, they are forming an arc. So they form an arc. Now the distance from about 2400 kilometers. So if you just see the distance from here to here, it is 2400 kilometers. Fine, that's the distance. Fine, children. After that, children, their width varies from 400 in Kashmir to 150 in Arunachal Pradesh. So, if you will just look at them, their width here, you can see the width is more. Fine, and when you come here, the width becomes less. So, here the width is in the Kashmir, the width is 400 kilometers. Here the width is 400 kilometers and here it is 150 kilometers. Fine. So after that, children, the altitudinal variations are greater in the eastern half than those of the western half. So the altitudinal variations are more here in the eastern part than in the western part. So altitude mean the height and all. So that's different. Fine. The Himalaya consists of three parallel ranges in its longitudinal extent. Fine. If you just look at the Himalayas, they consist of three parallel ranges. So, children, you can see the three parallel ranges. One, then this is two, and this is three. Three parallel ranges, three different parallel ranges like this. Can you see? So, three parallel ranges. Now, a number of valleys lie between these ranges. The northernmost range is the Great Himalayas or the Inner Himalayas or the Himadri. So, the uppermost is the Himadri range. It is the most continuous range consisting of loftiest peaks with an average height of 6,000 meters. So it has the highest peaks. The average height of its peaks are 6,000 meter and it's a continuous range. Fine. All the important Himalayan peaks, they are here in this Himadri region only. You can see here Mount Everest, Kanchenjunga, all are there in this Himadri region. Fine. Then comes, children, the next thing. Here you can see some highest peaks of the Himalayas, and their country is also given where they are. Fine. After that, children, see, The name of glaciers and passes that lie in the Great Himalayas. Now you just find out. Fine. The fold of the Great Himalayas are asymmetrical in nature, means they are not equal everywhere. Fine. The core of its part of Himalayas is composed of granite. So it is consisting of granite. It is perennially snowbound, and you all know that this Himadri range is always snowbound. Fine. And a number of glaciers comes from this region. The range lying to the south of Himadri, if you talk about the next range, is the which range? To the south of Himadri is the Himachal range or the lesser Himalayas. So the second range after the greater Himalayas is the Himachal range. Fine, Himachal or the lesser Himalayas. The ranges are mainly composed of highly compressed and altered rocks. Fine, the rocks here are highly compressed. The altitude, what about the height? It is from 3700 to 4500 meters. And if you talk about the width, it is just 50 kilometers as compared to the Himadri region. Now the Pir Panjal range. Fine. It is the longest and the most important range of this Himalaya. The Pir Panjal range, the Dhauladhar range, and the Mahabharat range. Fine, they all are a part of these Himachal range. Fine. After that, children, this range consists of all the valleys, famous valleys like Kashmir Valley, Kangra Valley, Kullu Valley. They all are here in this Himachal range, Himachal Pradesh. Fine. And this Himachal, this lesser Himalayas, they are very famous for their hill stations. Fine. Now the last range is the outermost range, which is the Shivaliks, children. Their width is just 10 to 50 kilometers, and if you talk about their height, they are just 900 to 1100 meters. So the outermost range is this one, Shivalik, this one. Fine. So the outermost range. And children, see, these ranges, they are composed of unconsolidated sediments. All the sediments which are brought by the rivers from the main Himalayas, they all are located here. Fine. These valleys, here the valleys are covered with thick gravel and the alluvium. Find the longitudinal valley lying between the lesser and the Shivaliks. In between both these, they are the dunes. Different dunes you have heard about, the Dera Dune, Kotli Dune, Patli Dune, they all are there. So these the valleys lying between, they are famous for their dunes. Fine. So we will discuss this in this we will discuss this much only in this topic, children. Rest we will discuss in the next. Thank you and have a nice day.